Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in our 100 Duplicant Challenge. Honestly, I believe in today's episode we probably have a bunch of starving duplicants. The lack of food is slowly catching up and we went through most of the muck roots and everything. I mean, I still occasionally find some extra food in these cracks, but it's more or less done. Also, we're getting to a close with the algae and the dirt, so we have to completely swap our strategies sooner rather than later. Now, one pressing issue I would like to solve is to reroute the cooling loop here a little bit. We're just gonna go through the meal ice farm here as well, before returning back to the original cooling loop. I just see that this might be a pain in the butt to build, so we rather go out from here and go back right there. And then whenever the plants here are heating up a little bit, as they do right now, I can just cool this down for a brief moment and we're golden again. Another thing I wanted to do occasionally was to replace some of these hamster wheels and oxygen diffusers. Like right here, we only have a potential load of 430 watts, so we definitely don't need the 3 wheels. I'm just gonna deconstruct one here. I'm also gonna deconstruct an oxygen diffuser, and then my goal is just to replace it with a sublimation station in order to secure the rest of the algae we still have. I'm also gonna deconstruct 2 more microbe mushers and replace them with an additional grill. And I will do the same thing here on the other side, though we have to make sure, yeah, this has a load. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be fine. We will be able to keep it up even with just the 2 hamster wheels. And therefore I wanna replace yet another oxygen diffuser. Also, before I forget, it was a mistake to actually add the airflow task here, because of course I want the dust caps to remain in CO2. So this wasn't really the smartest idea. Okay, there is the space for my first station. I think I want to set it up here in the very corner. Yeah, not there, in the corner. Also, I wonder right here, potential load of 730. That means we can take it with 2 hamster wheels, and all I have to do is deconstruct this and add a sublimation station. I always want to say sublimination for some reason. I don't even know what that would mean. There is the space for another station. Okay, this way we dramatically reduce the amount of oxygen or algae we actually need. Of course, oxygen we still need a buttload. In this case, since we are now reducing the amount of algae we need, I think we can also reduce the amount of distillers, because each of these goes through 600 grams of slime every second, which is quite a bit, I have to say, considering we only have 2 tons right now. So in this case, I think we would be fine also halving the amount of distillers, so we can preserve some of the slime for our dust caps. I'm still collecting slime and algae right here. This is one of the last slime biomes we have on this very small starter planetoid. Very soon we will be able to check out the second planetoid. Maybe we can take some advantages from there in order to ensure our survival. There we go. The brine is now flowing through the farms, which means they should be cooling down dramatically. They're already below the 30 degrees again, which means all the plants, except this one here, is growing. But this one just needs to cool down beyond the 30 degrees. Now, I think what I want to end up doing here is add a room with insulated tiles where we're gonna collect all the water. Though we could do it here on the top. Oh, this might actually be much better, because we already have the pump going out from the salt slush geyser. This would be going all the way over here, just joining this water. And then up here, we have an additional cool slush geyser, also emitting at what, minus 10 degrees or so, which is absolutely perfect, because we can also lead that into here, mix all the 3 liquids. And then we could go ahead and use that for our oxygen production. The oxygen production doesn't need to be that cool. We can also deal with 50 or 60 degrees in temperature. The somnium synthesizer is actually an interesting machine. Like, a bunch of duplicants have to sleep most of the time in order for the rest of the colony to gain quite a substantial boost. Or maybe it's just 4 duplicants, but either way, this might actually be worth it exploring in the future. Also, let's just go ahead and add more plants and maybe these sweetles to our farms. So I'm just gonna move up here and make a little pathway over, and we're gonna dig up all of these plants. The grapefruit seed would require some sulfur. Let's see how much we already got of that. 3 tons. Okay, that's not too bad to get started with. In the future, I think I'm gonna have 1 additional layer of mushrooms, and then the layer below, right here, would be the spindly grapefruits. Considering we still need some space to go through that, I'm just gonna start things here. I think I'm just gonna leave out the farm station for this one, and we would be encasing that like so. Add some doors right there, and that should be good. By the way, now that we only have one microbe musher going for the mush bars, I don't think we actually need to be exaggerating this much with the compost. Considering we're already down to 41 tons, and like in the previous episode we had 48 tons, we definitely don't need that. So I'm just gonna stop at this point and be happy with the amount of compost we have. This should be more than enough to supply the farm tiles and the rest of the mush bars that we still need until we actually have enough food. I mean, mush bars are just crazy. How is this even a thing? And we have so little dirt. Honestly, maybe we should search for some dirt. There is still dirt around, even though it's coming in quite small pockets. But, you know, we take what we can. There's also more fertilizer we can gather up. What is that? Phosphorite. Okay, so phosphorite is definitely not going to be the issue here. That means I probably want a duplicant to hurry up with this bit here in order to gain access to these spindly grub fruit plants. And then at this point, wherever I still find the occasional cracks, I'm just gonna go for them. Like right here, we could still be finding some food. It will be well worth checking at this stage, I can tell you. Later on, I'm gonna be using this shaft here in order to drain all of the water or the polluted water that's coming from the geyser there. And it's just gonna join this pool here that we might be able to expand, though this should be done with insulated tiles, honestly. Yeah, I'm probably gonna replace all of this and all of that. Oh, and there are some more cracks here. Oh yes, give me food, give me food. I'm gonna go ahead, add one more sublimation station here at the bottom. They definitely can use that. So I think what I wanna try out here is add a critter drop-off point, and then we're just gonna release a bunch of sweetles here onto these plants. They might evolve into grubs and even do a better job. Or they might just die. Also here for my mushrooms, I'm gonna deconstruct the doors and the farm station here and just fill everything up with the actual mushrooms. I almost ran out of dirt because I didn't have the compost prioritized highly enough. So I fixed that and we are now gaining dirt again. Also, we can see the algae is back to 5 tons because we're still collecting some in this biome and we're not using it as extensively anymore. Overall, we just have 5 oxygen diffusers instead of the 8 we had previously. And I think I might be able to even take apart more. Yeah, I'm gonna take away this oxygen diffuser, just leave the right one in. And then I might be as daring as removing this one here as well. And just leaving the left one in for the top level. Yeah, I have to try it. We have to completely switch our strategy. And as soon as I made my collection area for the water, we're gonna add a oxygen production system, possibly very close to this depot. There it is. I already have 3 grub fruit seeds, so we're gonna start and plant that right away. And I wanna have this at priority 7, just like all my other plants. The grub fruit is already starting to grow, and our only problem is that we actually need dirt in order to create the farm tiles. No, we could make it out of clay. I'm an idiot. Okay, let's change that. Clay, 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 clay. Right, I don't want to make that out of dirt. Well, this is already in progress, but let's make the rest out of clay. You know, at this point, I only would like my farmers to actually take care of the plants, so I have more chances to get the seeds for new plants. We have 6 duplicants that are specifically spec'd into farming. Let me go ahead and disallow this for everyone and then just redo it for the ones that have the skills. This way, always a skilled duplicant is gonna take care of these plants, and hopefully we'll have some more success with getting more seeds. Also, in the name of saving some dirt, we could replace another one of these rooms. This would allow us to have 8 toilets here, and this would give us the same amount. It's just like a little time gap that we have to bridge with only having 12 toilets. 12 toilets should still be enough to only get the occasional mess, and I really don't mind the duplicants peeing all over the place, because that simply means more water for us. Also, please guys, now prioritize the spindly grub fruit here. We want to dig it up. Let's go ahead and test this out. I'm just going to set up a critter drop-off point here, and then I'm also going to open up this door so the grubs could just go through. No, wait, I mean the sweetles right there, and they should be like doing something with our plants. I usually don't take advantage of all of these features because, well, usually you have more than enough food. But yeah, I think we should go ahead and maybe collect these 3 sweetles, and we're gonna start with them. I'm also gonna dig through here, dig up these 3 plants. I want to do that with a quite high priority as well. You know what? I think the next time we are harvesting the meal ice, I'm gonna replace the farm tiles with a clay version, because we get like 100 kilograms of dirt back, which is enough fertilization for 10 cycles for 1 plant. That will probably be worth it. there it is, critter drop-off point. We're gonna go ahead and, well, we just choose all the critters because only the critters we actually catch are gonna be dropped off. Okay, then let's go ahead, replace another toilet. We're just gonna take apart all of these, replace them with the exact same thing we have going on here, except we can take advantage of the same water sieve as we have for the upstairs. So all I need to see is all of these outhouses disappear so that I have this space. Maybe we can already get started with the piping since that is gonna remain exactly the same. Connect these together and then instead of going into a water sieve, we first bring it up, right? Oh, actually, yeah, well, we just have to go through here. That will be fine. Maybe we even do that and just go directly into the sieve entry point. The clean water is then gonna come out and it's gonna fill up all of the sinks and toilets. Yeah, honestly, this looks reasonable and we will be able to do the same thing for the downstairs. Let's get these lavatories installed and of course also get the sinks installed as soon as this disappears. Come on, come on, come on. You can do better, guys. There we go. We got one sweetle in place. I'm just gonna do like 3 per level or so. Okay, right now we're actually not doing too shabby. We have many cooks going for the cooking. We have plants growing. It is looking rather promising. If we can keep this up... Oh no! Yeah, this was definitely the right timing. So Otto did not make it... Oh no. Starvation. Oh man, it was looking so good, Otto. I was just explaining how well we did. He only had minus 20% run speed and still starved to death. Yeah, I mean, that was quite unlucky. And I'm pretty sure if I started back at cycle 34 in the beginning, this wouldn't happen. There's just so many variables. Or it might be a different duplicant, or maybe Otto would have made it to the menu. However, the way we play it is we are now printing another duplicant. I just want to know... Wait, Otto, did you do something important? I don't think he did. Yeah, he was just a digger here with super hard digging. Okay, we can replace you. I'm sorry. We get Stinky here, interior decorator, and decreased machine. Ooh. I just hate duplicants that have contradictory skills. Like -3 in machinery, but then +9 in machinery. This is just stinky. Okay, let's do it. Print that new duplicant. We'll have to check. The third schedule here is where Stinky is missing. So we're gonna place him in there. Good luck, you're now on your own. One thing I have to prevent is duplicants from eating the spindly grub fruit. Yeah, we should only eat the cooked version. Good. I have now 3 sweetles in here, and this guy is just doing something. Yeah, he actually did something here. Sweetle tending. Ah, this is amazing. We have to do this for each level. So I'm gonna deconstruct this now. We have the 3 sweetles in here. Hopefully they're gonna kind of maintain themselves. And then I'm gonna do the same thing to the lower level. The more boosts we can give our plants, the better. Now, as the new toilets are being placed, they will or should fill up themselves gradually as the new water is coming in here. So whenever people are using these toilets, then the overflow is first going to go into these toilets. At least I hope so. No, actually that might not happen. It will be divided. So it is happening. We just have to build the pipes and we're golden. We're now definitely very low on dirt, so not all of the toilets are being filled up. I think this was the best moment to make this switch. Or it was the last moment. It was already too late, honestly. Let's set up that critter drop-off point here at the bottom, and on the top I'm gonna replace this with a farm station again, even though right now we don't really have a lot of fertilizer. But still, I could feel the effects of the fertilizer when it was in full motion was definitely worth it. That means I want to go ahead and catch these 3 sweetles as well. And what do I see here? We can dig up these plants. And of course, we should also dig up this plant here. Yes, give this all a nice priority. Also, maybe while other duplicants have nothing to do, I'm gonna clean things up with a lower priority. So priority 4, that means whenever they are otherwise idle or have something insignificant to do, they will instead grab some materials and clean things up. In order to make it easier on me, I'm gonna set up an automatic dispenser, maybe here on the top, where we're gonna collect all these goodies. And here we go, the toilets are incoming and they should pretty much fill up immediately here with the incoming water. Magnificent. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Okay, this is now gradually gonna fill up. The more the people use the toilets, the better. And that means we should probably exchange these as well. Let me think. I'm gonna need another toilet room up here. What if we only have 3 of those? That means 12 toilets is just not enough. But honestly, my sign setup can move, and we also don't need 2 of each machine anymore. And then I'm gonna move the rock crusher over here and the kiln, just so we still have access to those. But that means we can take them apart like so, and we're gonna extend the cabling. I'm also gonna rip out the supercomputer and one of these guys, and I believe I also wanna take out my storage bins here, and rather we just set up the automatic dispenser to sweep only and accept all the materials. I'm also gonna do this at the lowest priority possible, because right now this is the only way or place they can actually bring the materials, and so it can have the lowest priority. And whenever I set up another storage with a higher priority, they are gonna prefer that, which is my usual approach to a central storage. I'm exchanging these pipes here with radiant pipes. The liquid is actually not capable of transferring the chill quick enough here. Well, it does transfer some of the chill, but not enough in my opinion. There we go. Another room cleared up, and that means we're just gonna set up another toilet room or washroom. Get that going, 2 doors there, and then we just have to do the piping setup. Now let me see. We are hopping over here, going into this pipe. That should be good. However, if we come down, yeah, we can just branch off from here. So that should be fairly simple and straightforward, and should be working immediately once it is placed. Okay, the toilets are in place. It's time to rip apart these toilets. I don't want to waste any more dirt for this, and holy cow, ooh, that's not good. Guys, you have to go ahead and harvest this. The problem here is I suspect that my farmers are doing other things as well. Like, I don't want them to tidy anything, for instance. It's just a waste of time. And honestly, I don't want them to be digging or building either. They should just be taking care of chores around the base. Now it's time to make my way up here towards the coal slush guys here. And maybe we also take into consideration making use of this machine. We're now doing really good in terms of algae. There seems to be some kind of a balance. We could probably add a bunch more coal generators if we wanted to. Dirt is still a problem. Fertilizer, we basically don't have any. Polluted dirt, we can still take advantage of. 37 tons. It didn't go down as quickly anymore. And the slime, we can still dig up lots of. Sulfur, we have more than enough to sustain our farms. And there it is. I can set up the last toilet room. We're gonna do that immediately. Add that pipe right here. And I just see I didn't really stay consistent here in how I want to route this. So I think I'm gonna rectify this issue. So the freshwater pipe would be going through uninterrupted through all of the inputs there. And the polluted water pipe would be the one with the bridge. I think I like that better. There it is. We now have people harvesting this stuff, and I wanna deconstruct this. I wonder, can I just replace it with the clay version? No, I will have to deconstruct it first. But I think that's going to help me out quite a bit when it comes to getting more dirt. Very nice. The next toilet is in place, and I'm already replacing all of these farm tiles, gaining a little bit of dirt back, 2.5 tons now, enough in order to keep things fertilized for a while. Okay, one small problem we still have here is the temperature is not right. What does it even need to be? Let me see. It needs to be between 22 and 37 degrees. Honestly, there's not a lot missing, so I think what I'm gonna do is just set up a storage bin here. Let me also get a little bit of insulation going on, just like that. And then we're gonna fill this up with a little bit of ice that we already have. Like, there is 480 kilograms of ice. If we set this up here, we can surely lower the temperature in this range, at least to a usable degree. Also, while I'm at it, I would like to add another bedroom. Still, not all of our duplicants are actually capable of sleeping in their own beds. You know, I also adore just how they are sleeping all over the place. This is so funny. Nails. There is my storage bin. Let's give it actually priority 5 is gonna be fine, but we need a liquefiable and we need some ice. Okay, this is much more like it. I think this is gonna eliminate my problems here. I'm still replacing everything, but we're now back to 5 tons of dirt. Holy cow, that was necessary. No, another duplicant has starved to death. Harold. Yeah, Harold died while washing his hands. Looks like he was one of our excavators. We should still have enough even without him. Now, how long is it gonna take until we can print another one? 1.2 cycles, that's not too bad. Let me quickly check the rest of the duplicants, how close they are to dying. 800 kilocalories here, that's good. Still 800, 900, 900, 900. Yeah, looks like this was the only one close to death. So the other ones still have a good chance. We now have lots of idle people. That means we can keep on digging here. I'm just taking apart everything that I can. There's even some more extra food here occasionally that we could take advantage of. Now there is something special that we might want to reveal. Maybe there's even something else that is going to give us access to water. It's so funny when a gloop with the glowing effect passes by the dust caps, they actually cannot grow anymore. I think one area I would like to prepare here is the Rodriguez design. So there's going to be a quite large oxygen production connected to the water source we have. And so I would prefer getting rid of all of this. We're also gonna collect the critter here while we're at it. Ah, it's so mean. We only had like 3 to 4 starving duplicants, and then the other guy just wasn't able to collect any food. It's honestly sad to see. Ah, will you look at this? Nicola actually gathered some muckroot. We are still finding muckroot. This is probably the only reason we are surviving with the amount of food we currently have. Or maybe it's a combination of mush bars and muckroot and all the other stuff we find. There might even be some nutrient bars in here, honestly. Very nice. My ice solution here seemed to have worked. We're now down to 35 degrees, which means the polluted water here should be used up by the plants. Now, it could be that we actually don't have enough plants. But if not, we just add a couple more plants. Shouldn't be an issue. Look at that. This is a good indication that eventually we might be able to use it up. I'm just going to give it some more time. Like, it says we have idle duplicants, but I think that has something to do with the calculation. They need to calculate something they can actually do, or they might be idle because a lot of the duplicants are not capable of digging this up. No, they could just go ahead and grab the items here on the floor. Yeah, there's no reason for a duplicant to be idle at this point. They could just collect the materials, right? And by the way, I'm doing this with priority 4, so whenever I have something more important to do, this should be done first. But overall, it would be nice to eventually have this cleaned up a little bit. Also, the center shaft here, we're gonna do all of that as well. Yes. And we can see I still have 11 idle duplicants. Let's maybe check one. What are you doing? It's just hanging around. No, I really think they just wait for their next calculation. I have 14 beds per row and 5 rows. That would be 70 beds so far, plus another 14 here. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna do the 16. I'm gonna move the doors over a little bit. I wanted to keep it parallel with the Great Hall, but I don't think it's worth it. What I want to do is rather set up 2 more beds so we can have the doors right there. And we will have the space for some more beds. Oh geez, where are you going? Okay, so far so good. It keeps being interesting. We did lose 1 duplicant and we could lose another one. Right now we have 8 starving duplicants. As soon as we get this harvest here, we should be getting rid of those duplicants. Well, in terms of them being starved, I mean. And then in just a little bit, we should be able to print another duplicant. Oh, suffocating. That's not good. Ah, Ruby. Nicola, can please somebody take care of this tile? Are you serious? I mean, if I dig this tile up here, then these duplicants are just gonna drop down, right? What if I add another ladder? Yeah, come on, Marie. Oh gosh. Somebody just fell asleep while actually not being able to breathe. And we have like 5 duplicants here. They're all gonna die unless they don't. Go, 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 go. Everyone go. Oh my gosh, this is just too stressful. This is just way too stressful. I think one way we can prevent this from happening is by prioritizing the ladders. So they actually do those first and then they dig up the tiles. Okay, I think we did it. It's just 60 seconds to go and then we can fill the gap Otto left behind. And you know, another little something I'm gonna take care of is another sublimation station. Let me get that in here, like so. This way my people will have less troubles actually building something over here. We only have chlorine and carbon dioxide. Not good. Next time we will be able to harvest the spindly grub fruit and then plant all the rest. That should actually work out. And we might even add a secondary layer to this just to have enough. And then we need to add it to the cooking. But as a last priority here, I'm gonna print my 100th duplicant, just like that. The first one here, twinkle toes, small bladder. Well, now that we have the toilets, that shouldn't matter too much. Could be another cook. We'll see about that. Ada, welcome to the tribe. But yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.